Hi everyone, I'm Tara, and today I'm going to show you how to display multiple selections that are a Dataverse Global Choice, and we're going to do so within a gallery label. Here we go, let's get started.
What we want to do in this short is we want to be able to show the choices that a user has selected and have them displayed in a way that makes sense. So when we look at the form section, we're looking at the label and we see that there are three forms that the user has selected: the CG5585, the SF85, and the SF50. Now, the backend data source of this is Dataverse, and this particular column is a choice column. So what we're going to have to do is a little bit of, if you will, magic in the background within this specific label. We're going to have to just change the formula so that instead of it showing one complete run-on sentence, essentially, we're going to have it separate each choice with a comma. What you're seeing now is the same app, but I went ahead and cleared the form label of any formulas so that we can build it together. Now, what you're seeing so far is that the form label itself, which I'm highlighting right here, is empty. The text is not showing anything. There's no formula. And I'm going to show you why no formula is going to come up. What you would initially think to do is put this item dot form name type. And as you can see, we're getting the error. So most people go, okay, I'm going to hit dot value, and they're like, oh, that didn't work. So let me try dot text. And they're like, oh, that doesn't work either. And the reason that doesn't work is because this is a choice column. So we have to do a little bit of trickery to kind of get it to not only show the choice, but then we have to do a little bit more trickery to actually show the choice in a way that looks good. And that's what I'm going to show you here, and we're going to do it together. While we're close, thinking that this is the right thing that we want to start with, it indeed is the right thing we're going to start with. We are going to start with this item dot form name slash type, and then we are going to dot value it. Now it's still going to pop up with that error. However, we are not done with making our syntax turn it over so that it does get passed. What we want to do next is place the comma next to value, and we're actually trying to get what's called text of the value, and that's okay. You're still not quite there yet, but we're also not done building. What I would like to do next is throw a concat in the front here. So I'm going to concat, and the reason that we're going to do this is because what we're trying to do essentially is format the value at the same time that we are going to make it pretty and organize it by having those nice columns, those commas in between each value that the user has selected. So we're going to concat it. We're going to start with this item, the form name type, and we want to get the value. And then we also want to get the text of the value. Now to complete this, we're just going to hit and, because we want to continue building out so that it's performing two things at the same time. Now this is the part of the formula where we're going to separate it with a comma. Add two quotation marks, then you add a comma and hit the space bar. Then hit another quotation mark, hit a comma, hit the space bar, and one last one, hit the quotation mark, and then I want you to throw a parenthesis at the end to close out your formula. I'm looking at mine here and I can see that there's a bit of an issue because I'm still getting flagged here with the red. So maybe if I change this back to capitalization, and sometimes this has all the bearing in the world like it does right now, and sometimes it does not, but that's just a little trick for you guys. So what we just saw with that one formula, we took this, and I'm going to blow it up for you. We were able to get the choices that the user had selected into the label, and we were able to separate it by a comma. And most importantly, you guys, for some of those that have worked on this and have not been able to get rid of this in the past, there is no additional comma on the end. We have been able to remove that last trailing comma that has indeed frustrated so many of you and myself in the past. So, long story short, let's just look at the formula really quickly to see what we did. We went ahead and we used the concat function, and we knew that this is going to be a choice column, so we selected for this item the form name, and we want the value of it. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to get the text of that value, and we're going to be separating it using these commas as separators to keep things nice and seamless. So that is the short on how to concatenate choice fields and add comma separators in between the selections. I hope this video is very helpful for you guys. Have a good one.